Hey, happy day 801. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, brought to you live and in person from my little crazy staged area for doing Facebook Lives or doing videos. As you can see, I have my ducks in a row, which is hilarious because I seldom have my personal ducks in a row, and that's not true either. I usually have my ducks in a row. But I'm calling this one Shake It Off, because this morning, and it hasn't happened very often, but I had crazy weird dreams last night. And those crazy weird dreams, I found that I woke up in just a weird, strange mood. And I can't say it was glum, but it was just a weird mood. Usually I'm just so delighted to wake up every day after my past experiences with health and challenges. Every day above ground is an awesome day, right? And I'm usually super happy and stoked and excited to get up and get out of bed. And today, for some reason, the dream stuck with me for a little while, and I was just like, yikes, I've just got this weird feeling. And so I got up, got cleaned up, probably should have put on a bright, springy color, because that would have done it, but instead I put on a hunter green shirt. Amazing, this, I was thinking about this the other day. This pandemic is allowing me the time and energy to go through and look at clothes. And I have a lot of clothes. I just downsized my entire life by like 90%, literally let go of 90% of all my physical possessions, and even letting go of, and I did this by category because I knew I had too many things, but I got rid of 90% of my clothes, literally, and I still have too many clothes, because when we eliminate certain things, it makes a vacuum. So all of a sudden, although I eliminated a lot of this stuff, I found that my vacuum was being filled. My sister gave me a bunch of really cute clothes. My mom gave me a bunch of clothes, and people started giving me clothes. And I'm like, all right, I just spent months downsizing, and all of a sudden now everybody's upsizing me again. So I was just laughing, but I decided, okay, I'm gonna wear all these shirts and things that people have given me that are kind of cute, or at least comfortable. You know, being around the house, I can just mainly go for comfort, not having to worry so much about, does it look cute? Because you know what? Most people don't care. And I care, but I don't care in some aspects. I'm more concerned with, am I comfortable around the house, chasing a 4-year-old around and doing fun activities? We are gonna try paper mache today. I told her aunt that yesterday when she picked her up, and she was horrified. She's like, seriously, you're gonna try paper mache with a 4-year-old? And I'm like, absolutely, we're gonna figure it out, we're gonna do it. I haven't paper mache anything since, geez, probably since my kids were little. So I thought, what a fun project for today. And then I found out my daughter and her husband are coming home for Easter, and I'm super duper excited. I'm not excited about them traveling across the country, and maybe that's why I had that little bit of a glum feeling. Just kind of natural mom worry. You know, you first have that worry feeling, and then you realize, hey, my kids are awesome, they got this. And then you don't worry anymore, and so you just get up and shake it off. So I'm shaking off that feeling and getting going, because I need to do the Get Up and Go challenge. Day 8 today after I do this video. I don't know why I've been doing them in this order, but I have been. Normally I do every piece of content I'm going to create, and then I create this video last. But sometimes when I'm doing a challenge, I actually do this before I do the challenge itself. Today is all about picking the one thing that you need to work on right now. The one thing that you're the most worried or concerned about. Maybe it's your finances, maybe it's your health, maybe it's getting enough toilet paper. I can't believe I'm even saying that. But it seems to be top of people's mind. And now it's more, I've found in our area, we're geez, four weeks into this, things are settling out. Now, I'm kind of lying, because I'm not the one going out to the stores to get things for me. I'm in that category where you need to really stay at home. I'm old, I've had lots of underlying health problems, and I tend to pick stuff up. So I figure hanging out with my 4-year-old granddaughter and interacting with my immediate family when they bring me things, that's enough interaction. And I will admit, I've gotten out a few times just for my sanity, but I'm super careful and super due diligence, and I make sure that I take care of myself, but also take care of other people, because I don't want to be a carrier or anything for anything either. And I tend to pick stuff up easily. And I spent like 2 weeks around the holidays really sick with a flu, some kind of flu, and ended up getting my daughter and my son-in-law, and then they went to Florida and got his whole family. They went to Florida for Christmas, and they all ended up with the flu. So I alone spread the flu to 3 states, and I felt really guilty about that, because I didn't even know it, because I don't really go that many places anyway. So for me to get the flu and then pass it to everybody, I felt really bad. And so I definitely don't want to do this to COVID-19 in any way, shape, or form. Number one, I don't want to get it. Number two, I don't want to be a carrier of it either. So, not going out and doing many things, but the few times that I have gotten out, I'm just super duper careful, as we all should be. Next time I go out, except for walks in nature, I'm not wearing a mask around to walk in nature. Sorry, people, I need the sunshine on my face. And we stay away from each other. I was delighted yesterday. My granddaughter and I went for a walk through the park, and we saw a ton of people because the sun came out and it was warm and beautiful. And most of us have been cooped up in our houses for weeks now, for the most part. I mean, since my daughter took the dogs with her to Colorado, I don't even have an excuse to get out and about and, with the dogs every day, several times a day. So I need to make myself get out more and be out in nature more, because to me, nature is very healing. I think we're going to find, after all this, that nature has done some incredible healing, and that human beings have done some incredible healing, that we personally, have we chosen to taken this opportunity to personally grow and develop. This will prove, I think, to be one of the biggest boons to humanity and personal development and human development of all time, because there's been very few times in history when we've had a stop in the majority of people's lives where they've been able to ponder and consider and really plan out and map out how they want their lives to be. So there's of course going to be the downside of it, anything like this that happens, but we'll recover from that. But hope, my wish and my hope and my belief is that the upside of the potential and the things that will come out of this will be light years better, and they will move us ahead as a species more than anything else in a long, long time. Just my own personal belief. I like to look at things from the bright side and the light side, and the glass half full side. I actually like to look at it that the glass is refillable, and so why are we talking about how much water's in the glass? Drink that water, fill her up again. So today, Get Up and Go is all about what is that number one thing that you need. Is it you need to be getting outside in nature more? I guess I didn't know, but I realized and shared mine. Mine is to get the heck outdoors more and be more active, get moving more. I definitely know I need to get moving more. My Fitbit, I hadn't been wearing it, and I actually put it on because I wanted to shock myself into my lack of movement and my lack of activity. I also, so today, what's the biggest thing? What is, and I would love if you'd share in the comments below, what is your number one concern? What is your biggest problem, biggest challenge, biggest worry, doubt, or fear right this very minute? Mine is actually, personally, it's getting out and moving more, but actually it's getting everything set up and nice for when the kids come home. I want the kids to have a good Easter, and I'm nervous that they're coming home because I don't think traveling is a good idea right now, but I'm super duper excited because I haven't seen them for weeks, and I miss them, and I miss the dogs, and I miss the actual human day-to-day interaction, so I'm excited about that. Fun challenge today. I was all excited because I thought it was just a sayings day and we would do something fun and different, and lo and behold, we had to draw again for the third day in a row. Now, I like drawing and doodling, but I'm not very awesome at it. It's definitely not one of my strengths, but I was a little disappointed to see that it was one more day of drawing, but it wasn't a huge day of drawing. It was draw your favorite cookies that you would have to use willpower to say no to. Now, I made a rule for myself a long time ago that if it was sweets and I wanted to eat it, and I've been breaking this rule since quarantine, since we've been physically separated, I will admit right here and now, live and in person, that I've been cheating on the way I normally eat, which is bad, right? So combine eating things that it's not cheating because I can eat whatever I want, whenever I want, right? I'm a grown-up, I can eat what I want. But I know that I've been consuming things that are not good for me, right? And I haven't made them. And I used to have a rule right after my sudden cardiac arrest that if I wanted to eat sweets or if I wanted to eat things that I knew weren't good for me, I had to make them. I had to make them from scratch. I had to bake them. I had to create them. I had to make them. Well, my excuse right now is that, hey, some of the ingredients are hard to get and I can't get out to the store to get them. Therefore, if my son brings me double stuffed Oreos or leaves them here, I might happen to eat a couple. If somebody brings me caramel cow tracks ice cream, which I did eat some last night. I might have to eat it. Now, that's just me making excuses and not using my willpower. So I know, I'll stop doing that. But sometimes we need that. Sometimes we need certain things to make us feel better and help us through a challenging, tough time. And I don't think anyone on the planet would say we are not going through a challenging and tough time. And on a global basis, I don't think anything like this has ever happened. Definitely not in my lifetime. And I'm hoping that we don't see anything like it again. But I've been through lots of these challenges, right? And not big ones like this, but lots of challenges. I was doing a video for, which was really hard, by the way. We had to do a story video yesterday for a challenge that I'm participating in called the Rise Up Challenge, which is a really great challenge, by the way. Normally I just say, hey, follow my challenges, but this one I say, follow this challenge. It's really good. Rise Up. Pete Vargas III and like 40 other people, really awesome, amazing, smart people in all the areas and aspects of your life that I teach people about all the time, and I'm actually doing in the Get Up and Go Challenge, but they're doing it with, 100 people resources wise, with between Pete's team of like 35 some plus people and the 40 people plus as guests and other people and speakers. It's a very cool challenge, and if you don't know what to do right now, at least do that. Get on there, it's free, sign up and watch the challenge, participate in it. I love challenges, I do them all the time. I also love participating in other people's challenges, and when I see a good one, I'm going to tell you about it because I think you should participate in it. Especially if you are shut down and you've got time in your hands, or if you just lost your job and you don't know what you should be doing, at least hop on a challenge or do something like that. So anyway, we were telling our story yesterday. We're supposed to pick a story, and we're supposed to pick a story that more people could relate to, a lot of people could relate to. And I must have spent like an hour and a half, 2 hours thinking through my stories inventory, and trying to pick a story that I wanted to share. And I realized that I have personally had a minimum of 21,925 challenges in my life so far. And that would be assuming that I only had one challenge a day. Now, we all have at least one challenge a day, right? And some challenges are not all created equal. Some challenges are more difficult than others. Dropping dead is more difficult challenge to come back from than getting a hangnail or stubbing your toe. But at a minimum, every single one of us has to get out of bed in the morning. And getting out of the bed, I say this a lot, but people don't believe me. The hardest thing we do every single day is getting out of bed. Now, for some of us who've had experiences with chronic pain and things, physically getting out of bed is really, really hard and challenging. But guess what? It's hard for everybody because challenges are relative. Our challenges are specific to us and relative to our experience. And getting out of bed for somebody that's never had pain might be just as difficult because of other factors in their life and other experiences they've had as somebody that is, like I physically could not get out of bed due to arthritis pain and things for like a 3-year period in my 20s. And it's all relative. So for the person that just had a hard time getting up with their alarm clock, that feels to them the same as me physically not being able to get out of bed. So I was looking for a story that people could relate to. Well, guess what? Most people have not been bedridden and had chronic pain and can't relate to that. And that's not the group that I want to serve with this audience and this project anyway. Most people, I have a hard time sharing my personal stories because it's hard, right? And I usually will get brave enough and share my sudden cardiac arrest story because it deals with people and business owners and the challenges that they face. Well, guess what? What I learned yesterday from Pat Quinn is that is not an ordinary story. It's too exceptional. Most people haven't dropped dead and are still here to talk about it. And so most people can't relate to that. They're like, yeah, well, that's an exceptional thing. That's the exception. That's not me. I've never had anything like that. What's my excuse? I'm just chugging along. And well, now all of us, everyone on the planet has this COVID-19 impact. Everyone in this world has been impacted by this. We've either been impacted by losing our jobs or stopping, or somebody we know, love, and care about has either lost their job or has become ill. Thousands and thousands of people have died from this. And it's impacting our economy and everything on a global basis. So we all now have this common experience for the first time ever in history. And so I was looking for a story about a common experience. I ended up using challenges because I want to help people with challenges and know that what the next thing is and how to handle challenges. Obviously, because I'm doing another challenge right now that's, similar, but just me leading the challenge versus, almost 100 people probably at the end of this will be involved in orchestrating the Rise Up Challenge. So that's why I'm participating in it. But it was a hard assignment. I did do it. We had to do an under 2-minute video. And I think by the time I got my camera shut off, it was 2 minutes and 3 seconds, which is fine. I'm not doing it for the prizes, although they are giving away some incredible prizes in this challenge. I'm doing it for me, right? For my personal development, my personal growth, so that I can become better and continually serve and give value to the people that I serve and be better. And that's, the most important thing for any of us to always be doing, but especially to be doing in a time of crisis and a time of change. So, working on that. But the story was, I realized, I counted up that I've had hundreds of thousands of challenges in my life that I've had to overcome, which is probably why I'm so attracted to them. And that I'm really here to teach people that our challenges are for us to become better, for us to be more, for us to figure out who we are and how we want to contribute to the world, because each and every one of us are here for a reason. We're here to somehow impact the world or other people in this world. And, we go on this big purpose journey. I mean, I went on probably a decade long, what's my purpose journey? And it actually wasn't until I dropped dead that I realized that my purpose and everybody else's purpose is actually just to be ourselves, to experience this life as only we uniquely can, and then share that experience with the people that we're here to share it with. So what are you doing? What are you doing right now? What are you doing right now? Are you just barely maintaining? Are you home holding down the fort with the kids and trying to keep them busy? And then if you're doing that, like for most of the hours of the day, what are you doing for yourself? What are you doing to maintain yourself and keep yourself on track and to take care of yourself? I guess that's it today. I'm going to go do the Get Up and Go challenge. It's time for me to do that before my granddaughter comes. I'm going to hang out with my granddaughter today, and we're going to do paper mache, and we'll probably get into some other mischief and make some other messes. And hopefully the sun will be shining, and we will go for a nice walk, and we'll see how many people are out today. I think maybe what we'll start doing is start counting how many people are out and about and tallying, and we'll keep a little graph of, okay, there's the nerdy engineer popping out. We'll keep a little graph of how many people we see every day on our walks. It gives us something to do. It also helps her practice counting because she's not in 4K right now and getting ready for kindergarten. So we can kill a bunch of birds with one stone if we combine activities. Multitasking, always multitasking. Have an absolutely amazing day. If I can help you in any way, if you're struggling with anything, just ask. Again, I might not have the answer. I might not be able to mail you toilet paper, although I probably could. No, not everybody. But how can I help? What can I do for you? I want to continue to serve and add and give value. Join us in the Get Up and Go challenge. We're only on day 8, so we're going to do it all month, the entire month of April, just to make sure that everybody is better off on day 30 than we were on day 1 of this shutdown period. And if you're cranking and you're still running through your life because your business is one that's mandatory and still running and essential, more power to you. But again, there's probably a whole lot of stresses and situations that are going along with that we might be able to help with. Have an amazing day, and I will, of course, with you tomorrow.